I call a driving while black ticket, like it's a legit thing. My favorite one was when I was in seminary, studying about the good Lord, how to help the people, It was in a pretty rural area, and I remember driving to class. It was a night class, and it was a back road that could get you to, first of all, my seminary is in Myerstown, which is not a bustling metropolis, so everything to get there is a back road, so I gotta say that. But I'm on a very back road, like a special back road, and, I got this overwhelming sense of like, you're gonna be okay. And I was just like, thank you, Holy Spirit, but I feel fine, And as soon as I said I feel fine, my car slid on some black ice, right? Spun out, and literally you sit on the top left or the front left of your car, and it was the back right of my car, literally smacked into a telephone pole and crunched in. So literally like the polar opposite of where I was sitting was what got crushed in, right? And I remember sitting there like, oh, I guess I will be fine, like it was relief, after you get over the whole getting your breath back, right? I called my insurance guy, and he's like, hey, you got to call the police. I was like, I just don't think this is a good idea, And he's like, no, it'll be fine. I'm filing the paperwork now. Everything will be good. I was like, yeah, but I'm in the middle of nowhere, very rural. Like, I don't see any black people anywhere, And I just feel like you should make the call and you should handle it. Like, I'll be here, but I think you should be the first point. And he was like, no, Hank, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So then I call, I waited an hour for the police to actually get there. I was facing oncoming traffic in black ice. So all I did was I kind of like prayed and got the car off the side of the road, right? And waited again an hour. The police gets there, he does his investigation, he goes through everything. He's like, hey, where are you going? Which I interpret as like, what are you doing here, And I'm just like, just stay calm, it's not a big deal. Like, I can literally see my seminary, it's a mile down the road, right? So I was like, oh, I'm going to night class at seminary. He goes, oh, you're a pastor. And I was just like, man, this will be good because I'm a pastor, you know what I mean? Like, this will get me in there. Like, that area of Pennsylvania is even more of a Bible belt. So I was just like, oh, they're going to give me some respect. I'm a pastor, right? My naivety kind of kicked in. And I was just like, yeah, I'm doing this and blah, blah, blah. He goes, okay, then you'll understand. And I was just like, I don't know where this is going, He goes, Romans 13, man, It was being used to say, like, I'm authority and you have to respect authority. And he gave me a ticket. And the ticket was literally for fleeing the scene. And I remember getting it, like, how is this even possible? Like, first of all, I moved my car off the road from oncoming traffic and ice, right? So maybe I moved my car, but I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do. And then I stayed with the car for over an hour waiting for you. Like, I'm sitting in the same car. How did I flee the scene, right? But I got a ticket for fleeing the scene. I usually, when I get tickets, it's just like, it's not points on my license or whatever. I'll just like pay it. It's not worth it, right? But this one, I'm like, yo, if they get me for destruction of public property or fleeing the scene, like I get points on my license. I'm gonna fight it, right? So the address he gave me was in Lebanon County. I showed up an hour early, which if you know me, that's really impressive. Like, I am very African in this, or not even African, non-Western, because the rest of the world, this is how we operate. It's not just the black folk in Africa. The rest of the world don't follow Western timestamps, right? So time for me is relative, But I show up an hour early. I get to the courtroom, and I show the lady the letter I got. She goes, oh yeah, you're good, just sit right there. 15 minutes go by, I can see the courtroom, nothing's happening. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes. I'm like, hey, the judge coming down? Are they gonna come get me? She goes, yeah. 5 minutes to go, I go up again. I was just like, hey, like, there's literally no one in that courtroom. Did I just go and sit in and wait? And she goes, oh, wait, let me see your letter again. And she goes, oh, you were here for fleeing the scene. Yeah, this is the wrong courtroom. And I was just like, are you kidding me right now? So what's the right one? She goes, oh, it's on the other side of town. And I'm like, literally, you gave me the address. You read the letter an hour ago. You sat there and watched me literally sit in your little not even cubicle, like your waiting area where it was only me and you for 55 minutes. And it just dawned upon you that if this is what I'm here for, this is the wrong thing. So obviously I get in my car, try not to get a speeding ticket, I race across town, and they're like, oh, you're 5 minutes late. I explain it, and they're like, well, we don't really sorry, but that's just an excuse. And I was just like, but you don't understand, right? Like, you literally don't understand. You gave me the address. I sat there. You can call the lady. And they go, well, you can apply for a new date. And I was like, well, how much does that cost, right? So I had to pay X amount of money. I think it was like, they had reduced it to $200 ticket, but I had to pay like $160 just to get another trial, to get dismissed. And they said, well, once you pay that $160 for another trial, it's not, even if it gets dismissed, like the most you can get is $40 back, you know? And you're probably not gonna get that because they'll probably charge you court fees, so you'll probably owe some more. So I'm just like, this is the system we're operating in. For the most part, I am a black man who I would consider an upstanding citizen, you know, who hasn't been arrested or any of that. Not that that's an excuse to treat me poorly, but even I'm not protected, right? So that's some of the personal experiences. I mean, there's a couple more, but that's just a few of them.